YouTube video, right? As you can probably see, was wearing the same clothes again. And
yeah, I've been like this for a week.
Yeah. The entire time. No, we just decided to do a batch of videos just to make it.
I've been surviving on Red Bull and oranges.
Oh God! Right. Anyway,
we've been going to bed really late.
What are we going to be talking about? It's funny because it's true. What are we talking about today? Today we are talking relevant to eBay dropshipping.
Yeah.
100%. This is what items to list at the start. So we want to target you guys who are sort of starting out.
Yeah.
It's often the easiest time to sort of struggle and like everything can feel just.
Well, just a block, isn't it? Straight away, you go right. I'm ready. I've set up my shop. Done all this. Okay, ready to list.
What do I do?
What do I do? What do I list? How do I make money? And yeah, you hit that immediate wall.
100%. So first things first, I guess what to list. I don't know what
to list. Well, when we first started, we were very fortunate to just list anything, and it kind of just worked, didn't it?
Kind of just worked.
Yeah, and we just blast it and blast it and blast it. Now what we do, and we've changed everything completely, and because things have changed over time.
Also because everything is just better.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a better way of doing things, which we weren't aware of, that weren't taught of, didn't know of before.
Yeah. So whereas that's fine. Whereas before we'd list like loads of stuff, and we would hopefully something would come out of it. Now we only list hot selling items. Now I know I've got to break that down a little bit further.
So what do you mean when you say hot selling items?
So on the simplest sense, a hot selling item is something that's sold. I'm going to use a number here. I'm just going to say a number.
Yep.
3 or more times in the last month. So that's something that's sold 3 or more times in the last month on eBay. Okay, so it's an item that is selling well. It's in the last 30 days because the way eBay, I'll very explain really quickly. When eBay sells something, it puts it higher up in the ranking if you've sold that item. If it generally sells well, it means that those items will be seen by more people that use eBay. So we try and find those products that are seen by more people and that more people are searching for and buying. Therefore, we might get a sale.
My following question, hearing that information, if I didn't already know the answer, would be why would I get a sale if it's a hot selling item though? Because surely everyone's listing that item.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Wait, I'm just realised.
Airtime.
Yeah, what?
Airtime.
Oh, you're talking about the airtime. Okay, so everyone. Oh, I see what you're going with that. I thought you were about to say like, go, and I was like, damn it, got to think of the answer. Okay, so with eBay, they give everyone airtime. What we mean by that is, let's say me and Matt, we have got our own shops. I've got a shop, Matt's got a shop, selling the same item. You think, well, why don't I just get all the sales? You know, I advertise it a certain way.
He's got more feedback, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
He's got
it's a really good example.
Cheaper, maybe the same. He's making less profit margin.
Why don't
than I'm trying to make? So that why logically he should get all the sales, but that's not how eBay works.
This actually brings like all these other questions when you start talking about this. But yeah, like when it comes to, you might think, why is it like this? Why doesn't a more experienced massive seller get them? And at first, I used to think that. I used to genuinely think that, and so I thought, well, what's the point? Because what's the point in getting involved if these other people are already selling it and they've got like 2,000 feedback? eBay actually give not everyone equal, but they give everyone airtime. Give your product near the top of the page at some point so you can get some sales. Gives you a chance, because if they only gave it to the experienced sellers, they wouldn't get the fees off the new ones. And experienced ones and bigger ones, they get sort of discounts further up the line on their fees. So
it would be a case of who's the biggest fish.
Yeah, and it'll be unfair. So they give each other like a chance. So if you find those hot selling items that people are searching for, generally are higher up in the rankings just for any seller, you sell those items. eBay, then you are like more to be found because people are buying those items at the moment, and then you each get a chance to sell the item. That's why we go say hot selling items, and we suppose we've got to explain how to get hot selling items.
Yeah, well, my following question once again, if I didn't know, I would be saying like, so how? Okay, great. I've got to sell hot selling items. The hotter selling, the better. Don't worry too much about the competition. Just make sure I get the products which I know sell within the month.
Yeah.
How on earth do I find these items?
Okay, so there's actually 3 things, but 2 of them is finding. I'll tell you the third like bonus one. So the first one, or the first 2. So I'm gonna use Salefreaks first, then I'll go into the other tool that we've mentioned before. Salefreaks have something called a locator tool. And that is actually something where you would get ASINs, which we probably should share the little grabbing tool, shouldn't we? Yeah. And maybe we'll do it in this video and other ones as well. There's a grabbing tool. You can grab all the ASINs off Amazon, or you can use the links on Amazon. You go on to amazon.co.uk, use this grabbing tool. It'll grab all the ASINs off a category. So you want to do electronics. I'm just going to generalize here, and you want to go into phone cases. You grab all the phone cases that you can find, and you can do up to like 10,000 in one batch. So you don't need to do any more. You then paste those ASINs or the link into Salefreaks locator tool, and this tool actually then filters down how many sales they've had in the last 30 days, and it finds them on eBay. So it uses the title that's on Amazon, finds them on eBay, and it actually tells you, it breaks it down to cold, warm, hot, and super hot. So you could just untick, literally deselect the cold and warm, and hot is 4 sales or more, and super hot is 5 sales or more. Okay. So you can actually break them down so you can only list those. Now you can start with super hot straight away, and this is a tool, by the way, it's free with Salefreaks. Like, it's just included in your costs already, you're not paying any extra for it. So I recommend using that. You can start with super hot, go down to hot, depending on the
a fantastic way
category.
to start. Really,
it's a great way to start, and it's there for you, not ready to use. That's easiest. The reason why I mentioned that one first is just because it is the most accessible.
It is, and like you said, as well, there's no extra cost. So obviously, when you're starting out, you want to keep all your costs really reined in. Therefore, it's a fantastic one to use because, like you said, you're not paying any extra for it. May as well use it. Take advantage of it.
Yep.
Second one though is Zik Analytics. This is an extra cost, but it's a small cost. And when you talk about running a business and business costs, it's a tiny cost.
Yeah.
Zik Analytics is fantastic. It basically just runs and finds these hot selling items for you. You know, you've got search criteria and that, and you can search for them. Sorry, excuse me. And it's just basically a quicker way of, I guess, using the locator tool.
Yeah.
It's very convenient.
Yeah. And with Zik Analytics, you know, and locator tool, you can teach other people to do that. So if you have someone helping you listing, if you're teaming up with someone, or if you have VAs, then you can do that. Cost-wise, or unless you want to add something to that.
I was going to say lastly as well, you can actually integrate Zik Analytics as well with Salefreaks. Like they have teamed up, if you like.
Yeah.
So just to make it that much easier.
Yeah. And Zik's got discount codes out there as well, so there is a cost to it. Go check them out. There is a monthly cost. You can weigh up whether you want to use them at this time. With that as well, just to bear in mind with the cost, you can team up with someone else. We fortunately have someone who shared their login details with us, so we can, again, that makes it obviously way more affordable in general. But if you have someone who's already using it, or you can go team up with someone, you can have 1, 2, 3 people. That's if you can find someone, then you can share the cost. So there are ways to do that. We've done that with our VAs. We do it with loads of things. You can share the cost. One VA can do loads of different accounts, and that's going off topic, but I'm just saying you can share the cost if you want to bring that cost down.
Definitely. And
the third one, you know, I said like a bonus one, and this is just from what we're doing right now. I have stores that are more mature than others.
Yes, so this isn't one for necessarily if you're first starting out.
So I know I said first starting out, but what we're trying to hit home as well, I think the message on this is, if you've got something that's working, rinse and repeat.
Use your own data.
Yeah, use your own data. So basically what I do is, this is like the purest way as well, in my opinion, because you know it's working.
So the way we start, sorry to interrupt,
that's right.
Just quickly, like when we start a new eBay store, okay, we want to get the hottest of hot selling items.
Hot. Wait, like too hot?
Hot,
too spicy? Hot.
Jalapeno, hotter than jalapeno, chili hot, red hot, chili hot. We want, so basically what we do is we go and search through all of our index of items, which is absolutely thousands, hundreds of thousands actually.
Yeah.
And we search for the most sold items out of that. So let's say, obviously, you start very small accounts with small selling limits. So let's say you can only list 1,000 items to start with. We're going to list 1,000 items of our hottest selling ever items.
Yeah.
Which instantly just gives us like the account a boost.
It does.
Now, obviously, there's no way you can get this data unless somebody obviously gives it to you, or just over time. But you can definitely Zik Analytics and Locator.
Yeah. Start off with those.
Will definitely give you.
When you start building more stores from them, then you can start using your own hot selling items.
Precisely.
And I literally, if you go on Salefreaks, it lets you do. It's got awesome little filters, and you can put in 3 orders or more past 30 days. View item. That's it. View, and then it'll just give you the list that you've sold, and they are actually proper hot selling items. And I've used it on my new accounts because I've got other accounts that are a bit older, and it's working really well.
I'm amazed as well as to like the experienced dropshippers that we know, we talk to, and we share that tip. Very few of them go, "Oh yeah, I know." Most of them go, "Oh what? I didn't know you could do that."
Yeah.
Of course you can. So do take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
Yeah, that's it. And then we want to just share that.
Yeah.
Those little tips on how to.
So what items to list at the start? That is really the answer. There's no specific items.
Yeah. So we didn't say. Obviously, we're going to do another little video on like seasonal items, and that's a separate thing. But what we're saying is you don't have to go for specific ones. You can just go for a category. We're deconstructing. We're reversing the whole process, and you're just looking at what's selling well. Then you list those items rather than being married to a certain thing. Or
a lot of people, I guess, what you're trying to say is a lot of people try to think of what would be selling
or
hot
what they like,
now,
what they like. Yeah.
And I've never.
Which you can do, but only the hot selling ones of it. Yes, I've done that. I like this. It's like I remember one was like loads of drone stuff. And
stuff sells, which
it
I
did
never
okay,
thought in the
but
world
could have done a lot.
I would never ever my five most hottest selling items in the past month, which is on my Salefreaks data. None of them.
Is it one of them skin cream, isn't it? One of them's my skin cream. Then another one's this car bumper.
Rabbit litter tray.
Rabbit litter tray.
We're giving away our hot items to you for free. Who on earth would ever have gone and listed a rabbit litter tray?
Yeah.
But it works. So yeah. Anyway, that's that, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap that video up there. We'll see you in the next one.
Hot selling items.
Hot selling items. Hot.